Okie dokie, Zhiyun Fiveray F100 RGB LED light stick. This is the unit. Size and weight, it's rather heavy actually. I'm used to power tubes. This right here is heavier, and it's a light stick, not a tube, to be correct. Nice faux leather application right here, if you have to hold it. Gives you good grip. Battery sits right here. Gives you about an hour, I'd say, of continuous use. You can also run it off the grid if you get the combo kit, which has the grid adapter. Goes in right here, and then you turn this into a constant light source. I would recommend you do that because the light's pretty cool. And I really like using it, and I don't want to rely on the battery alone. Now, you can use this in a lot of different scenarios. You're getting CCT, 60, wait, you're not seeing anything. Let's go to full power. 6200 down to 2700 Kelvin. So enough range to dial it into ambient daylight. 6500 would be better, but 62 is fine. You're getting 2 modes in CCT. Max output at 4000 Kelvin. Now in max output mode, you're always going to get the maximum output. So if you change the color temperature, output is going to vary. If you always need the max, that's the mode to be in. I'm in constant output mode, so I'm getting less maximum output, but when I change the color temperature, output stays the same. So let's say my exposure is already dialed in. I just want to change the color temperature. This is the mode to be in, because my exposure is not going to change. It's just that the color of light is going to change. 2%, okay. HSI color mode, I can dial in 0 to 100%. I can reduce the saturation, well, the S in HSI, and it's 0 through to 360 degrees with a little diagram right here that shows you what degree is what color. So currently this is red. Let's go to 120 degrees. That should be green then. Just turn the wheel to get you there, and there we go, green. Then we got effects mode, also adjustable 0 to 100%, SOS, TV, light bulb, candle, lightning, fire, all kinds of good effects that are really useful in combination with good sound design for narrative work. Just to let you know, the effects are in there. Mostly what I use it for is lighting subjects, lighting people, because the light is close to the camera, close to the person. I don't need a lot of output, so the fans are not going to kick in. More on the fans in a minute. Let me configure it the way I use it mostly. Barn doors, super simple. They have reflectors on the inside, and they just clip or click, whatever you want to call it, onto this light. Pretty self-explanatory, pretty simple. Now, I usually use it between 20 and 40%. Let's go down to 20 because it's enough for this situation. Close the barn doors a little. This makes it easier to apply the diffusion. Check the seams of the diffusion to fit the barn doors, and then just place it on the barn doors. Spread the barn doors, and there we go. This is how I use it most of the time. Exactly this configuration, because I mostly use this as a top light. Let's dial it in. That's even too much. Yeah, I mostly use it as a top light. And this combination of size of light modifier, strength of diffusion, and light distribution, because the barn doors have reflectors inside, is just perfect for lighting faces, lighting people. Because it does give you pronounced shadow shape, but a soft roll-off, which I really love. I love using this light for lighting faces, and it is perfect for that purpose. You're getting the color if you need it. You're getting much less output using the color because many less LEDs are used, but usually to make color pop, you're shooting in a low-key scenario anyway, so that's much less of a problem than you might think. We used it for an RGB shoot and it worked quite well. I love everything about that light, in fact, except that there's only 1/4 inch mount on the bottom. And the way I mount it mostly, I have to use a ball head, a super clamp and a spigot on a boom. Now if there were more mounts, more mounting points, it will make it much easier to mount the light, which I would appreciate. Now obviously, if you just want to light yourself in front of a camera, you can use a little tabletop tripod, screw it into the bottom and just place it somewhere. And this makes it so easy to light yourself or light anybody in front of a camera. I've used it as a fill with a much stronger light recently, but just as the key, this works really, really well. I love using this light because it gives you a really nice light for faces. Now, that much power in that tiny form factor, as I said with the M40 already, comes with, well, a price. A downside, if you will, a trade-off, let's call it. With a trade-off, because it needs to be able to be cooled if you're using it at full blast, at 100% max output. And the fans, the 6 of them that are in this unit, are doing that, but at the price of, well, being audible. So if they kick in 100%, the fans, I mean, you cannot have this light close to a microphone. But since this has so much output, usually the way I use it, 20 to 30% output is enough. It currently lights me at 17%, so I am never gonna have to use 100% output when lighting a face. So the fans, if they kick in like almost inaudibly. So that's no problem at all. Other than that, the fact that there's fans kicking in at 100% output and that they are audible and there's not enough, in my opinion, 1/4 inch mounts or 3/8 of an inch mounts, it's a perfect light. It's so easy to use, it's so simple to set up, and it gives you really good quality, and it gives you a lot of output if you need it. And you don't have to shoot audio, critical audio. Battery lasts roughly an hour, I'd say. I didn't quite test that, but given my experience with the light, that seems like a fair assessment to me. If you're in the market for such an RGB light stick, RGB LED light stick, definitely check out the F100 from Fiveray. Definitely if you're looking for a simple way to really beautifully and easily light a face in front of the camera, because it's like perfect for that. Yeah, so I hope you know enough about the F100 Fiveray from Zhiyun to make a decision on whether that might be something that's interesting for you, that could help you in whatever content you create. If so, please make sure to leave a thumbs up, because it's greatly appreciated. Any kind of comment or feedback is welcome, and I'll try to answer as quickly as possible. All the tech that I've used in this video is linked in the description. As always, thank you so much for your time, thank you for watching, and hopefully see you again soon.